Imagine you have just finished building a redstone computer. The only problem is that it only executes one operation per second, which is slower than electromechanical computers in the 1940s. This is not that uncommon, and by the end of the video, you will understand how we circumvent that limitation using the Minecraft High Performance Redstone Server, or MCHPRS, allowing people to do stuff like run Minecraft inside of Minecraft. First, let's take a look at how Minecraft works under the hood. The game executes on a constant interval called a tick. This is the internal clock of Minecraft that goes off 20 times per second, controlling everything from weather to crop growth to redstone. But we can speed up this clock using the /tickrate command. So, /tickrate 1 billion, right? Well, not quite. The computation involved in each tick is rather expensive, meaning that we can only reach up to about 3,000 ticks per second depending on the host computer, the computer being used to run Minecraft, and the virtual computer, the computer being run inside of Minecraft. This brings the virtual computer up to about 150 operations per second, which, while faster, is only 3% the speed of the ENIAC in 1946. This is because running all of Minecraft generates a lot of overhead, or the amount of resources indirectly used to complete a task. In this case, it is everything that is not redstone. So, what if we cut all of those out? But how does Minecraft run redstone, and what are the absolute minimum requirements? Well, we should support redstone dust, repeaters, redstone torches, comparators, solid blocks, transparent blocks, input blocks, and output blocks. Each block needs to keep track of what type of block it is and its state. We should also keep track of the blocks it is connected to, as Minecraft spends a lot of time searching for the connections to each block, so storing these values saves a lot of time. MCHPRS speeds this process up by creating a graph of all redstone components and the relevant connections. This also allows for some optimizations. For example, if there are components that never get updated, then we should remove these components entirely. Similarly, if any components are repeated with the same input, we can do the computation once and apply it to the repeated components. For example, if we want an 8-bit memory latch, we may use 8 repeaters on the side of the latch to lock the repeaters. But to reduce computation, we can pretend that the repeaters on the side is just one single repeater that is connected to the 8 needed to be locked, removing 7 unnecessary repeaters. Redstone dust is also quite inefficient, as they can have up to 4 connections, and because they are so common. We can eliminate this overhead by pre-computing the best path for redstone to take. MCHPRS is really quick in comparison to vanilla redstone, but can it go faster? Some computers use signal strength rather than pure on or off signals, and often require many analog repeaters. These are structures that act like repeaters, but instead of sending the signal all the way back to a strength of 15, they keep the signal strength the same over a distance, and typically require a complex chain of repeaters and comparators. MCHPRS optimizes this by reducing the chain to a single comparator to reduce computation. But outside of MCHPRS, we could technically take this concept much further. For example, what if we could auto-detect entire common structures, such as XOR gates, and replace them with a single mathematical function? While it sounds like a great idea and would speed up the build significantly, doing this on a large scale is incredibly expensive, as the server would have to split a build into tiny substructures and generate a table of possible inputs and outputs, otherwise known as a truth table. This may be why MCHPRS doesn't have this feature, as it trades runtime speed for compile time speed. The Minecraft High Performance Redstone Server is a complex system of optimizations that make it more like a compiler that translates redstone into low-level code than a stripped-down version of Minecraft, and this is how MCHPRS has allowed many builds that would otherwise be considered impossible to exist. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.